base plus index register addressing mode, what was happening? I should have both the things, that is base register BX and the index registers, either SI or DI. So what was happening when I add the contents of BS and BX and SI, I was getting a location or a memory location where my actual data was stored. So I had to go to that location and copy the contents of that location into whichever register is mentioned inside the instruction. So after that, did we do anything after that? Yes. After that, we saw about the RISC and the CISC architecture. So both of them are again a processors. RISC is used for executing generally the smaller instructions, and the time taken for the execution is also less. The instructions are executed, which are very simple, and it generally uses the hardware structure of the software structure. If it is CISC, the name says that it is a complex instruction set computer. So the instructions executed are also complex, time taken is also complex, number of cycles used is also more, speed is also more. So if I have smaller instructions, I will generally prefer to RISC. If I have much complex instruction or difficult instruction, I will be choosing a CISC architecture. So we had completed with that. Today we'll be starting with the next topic, that is design of the control system. What does a design of a control unit? Now we know that our CPU or our central processing unit is divided into three things. One was ALU, one was register, and the third was control unit. So we know that what our ALU contains. It is used for arithmetic and logical operations. It can perform certain shift operations by using that shifter component. It can perform complement operations by using that complementer. It has different types of status registers, status flag register. That is, after every operation is done, the status of that operation is reflected through that status flag register. We have also completed the register part. So if it is any kind of a processor, every processor has a registers. The number of the register keeps on changing, and the size of the register also keeps on changing. Size of the register depends upon how much is the data bus and the address bus of a particular processor. Now the third component, which is a control unit, we just know about the control unit right now, is that it controls all the functions which are done by the ALU and all the functions which are done by the register. But in this topic, we are going to see how is this control unit actually designed, which is doing the function of controlling each and every other component inside the system. So the design of entire control unit will be done in this topic. Okay. So how it is implemented? Your control unit is implemented in two ways. The first is the hardwired type of implementation, and second is the microprogram type of implementation. Okay. So these are the two ways, the hardwired part and the microprogram part. Both of this can be used for implementing your control unit, or both can be used for designing your control unit. Now let us first see the hardwired control unit. To execute any instruction, the control unit of the CPU must generate a required control signals, that also in a sequence. So if I have any instruction for execution, who is going to execute that instruction? ALU. Because execution part is being given to the ALU, so all the work of execution will be done by the ALU. But it is also being told that this execution is controlled by the control unit. So whenever this execution starts, what is the function of the control unit? It should generate some control signals, and by using those control signals, it will be controlling the execution. So how these control signals should get generated? They should get generated in a sequence. Okay. So it is implemented in a sequential logic circuit. Since the control signals are to be generated in a sequence, so it is a responsibility of whom to generate those control signals in sequence? It will be looked after by this sequential logic circuit. So the function of sequential logic circuit is to generate these control signals in sequence. मतलब अगर C1 है तो C1 के बाद C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, all this is called as sequence. But अगर C1 के बाद C10 आया तो that is not a sequence. Sequence is from 1, 2, 3, 4. So why it is C1, C2, C3? Because control signal 1, C1, control signal 2, C2, control signal 3, C3, like this. Okay. So control signals are numbered as C1, C2, C3. And why they are in sequence? Because they have to be generated in sequence, and who generates them in a sequence is a sequential logic circuit. Okay. But when I am designing the control unit, and if it is a hardwire type of design, what things I have to consider is how much hardware will I require to generate that control unit or to design that control unit, what should be the speed of operation, and what should be the cost of design. So when I say that we are studying design of control unit, and if I am selecting a hardwired way to design my control unit, what should I see to it that what all hardware will I require? क्या hardware लगेगा? Second, I have to also see that that hardware is operating at which particular speed. And third, I also have to see what is the cost of my entire design. So if I select hardware number 1 and 2, and अगर उसका cost 2000 है, but if I select hardware 3 and 4, उसका cost 1000 है, so I will always prefer the cost which is 1000, not the cost which is 2000. Okay, so I have to look at all the hardware, identify the cost of the hardware, and then decide on what should be the entire cost of the entire design. Okay, so these three things have to be considered before I select a type hardwired control unit for my design work. And whenever I select this hardwired control unit, what is it going to do is, for every execution, it will generate an appropriate control signal, and the signals will be in sequence, and those sequence will be looked after by the sequential logic circuit. Okay. So there are four types of designs which can be, or four techniques which can be used in hardwire. First is state table, second is delay element, third is sequence counter, fourth is PLA method. Okay, so out of this two, if I go for hardwire, अगर hardwire में से भी if I want to select, I have four options: either state table, delay element, sequence counter, or PLA method. Let us see first the state table method. What is the state table method telling? A state transition table is being prepared. That means some state table, एक कोई तो table, कुछ तो table बन रहा है. When I select this hardwired part of state table, a table is being prepared. What is that table having? What does that table have? It will have the list of all the control signals and the name of a particular instruction for which a control signal was generated. Okay, so suppose I have an instruction called as load A. So for load A, I will generate a control signal called as C1. So what entry will be made in this table is C1 is equal to load A, C2 is equal to load B, C3 is equal to move A comma B, C4 is equal to add A plus B. So whatever control signals are getting generated for your instruction, the entry of that instruction name and the entry of that control signal is made inside the state transition table. Okay. Control signals are transmitted. Which control signals? The signals for each and every instruction. As I listed, C1 के लिए ये, C2 के लिए. So all these signals will also be generated. Current state and input is also considered. Current state and input means what was the current situation and what was the input, that also will be considered in this table. So initially, if my first line of a program is load A, at that time, what will be the current state? Current state was just started. What was the input? Input was load A. For second instruction, what was the current state? The current state was load A was already loaded. My current input is load B. For next instruction, what will be my current state? That B is already been loaded. My current input is move A comma B. For next instruction, what will be the current state? Move the contents of A into B. But what is the input? Add A comma B. Okay. So like this, the current state is also considered and your input is also considered. And where is all these detail maintained? It is maintained in a state transition table. Therefore, it is called as state table method. Is this clear up to here? Yes or no? Yes, everyone?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
okay, so if you see the diagram over here, this flowchart, we have already seen this flowchart. Okay, this flowchart is either of binary multiplication, Booth's algorithm. It is for the Booth's algorithm. What is happening? We start, they make the accumulator 0. We decide what is q minus 1 as 0. We count how many cycles will be required. Then we write the contents of Q wherever they have to be written. Then we decide the value of Q0 and Q minus 1. If it is 0, 0 or 0, 1, we directly perform the shift operation and reduce the count. But if it is 0, 1, we perform A plus B. If it is 1, 0, we perform A minus B. And after that, we do the right shift. We do the shift, we decrease the count. Again, we check the count. If it is not made to 0, we keep on repeating this cycle until and unless it becomes 0. Okay, so now if you see the previous algorithm or the previous flowchart and this flowchart, you will find some new terms like C3, C0, C2, S1, S0, S2. Can you see those numberings given everywhere? Can you see them?
Yes.
What are those numbers? They are nothing but the control signals and appropriate states of each and every operation that is performed. When I have to perform a multiplication of two numbers, say suppose 3 into 3. If these are the two numbers and दोनों का multiplication करना है using binary or using Booth's algorithm, I will use this flowchart. Correct? What does my control unit says that whenever I want to design a control unit, you either select hardwired or microprogram. So I have decided I will do hardwire. When I go into hardwire, what does hardwire say? For every execution, you have to generate some control signals. Those control signals should be in sequence. Out of all these four techniques, I've selected a state table. What does the state table says? That you have to prepare a table which will have a list of all the control signals, which will have a list of the current state, and it will have also the current input. So now I have decided that I will do this my binary multiplication thing or a Booth's algorithm by using this state table hardwired control unit. So when I say state table hardwired control unit, state table says that a table should be maintained and a hardwire says that a control signals should be generated in a sequence. So can you see that for every operation, there are some control signals. For begin, I do not have any control signal because begin is just to start. So I will just have a status number as S0. Then for next box, I have S1. For next box, I have status as S2. For next box, I have status S3, S4, S5, S6, S7, and S8. Did you see that? These are nothing but the status. That means the current state, and this will be the input. A is equal to 0 input, Q minus 1 as 0 input, count as input. Then for state 2, Q in bus is the input. Then for next state, S3, A is equal to A minus B is the input. For S4, A is equal to A plus B is the input. So if it is a state table, I have seen that all the states are maintained. But if it is hardwired, I have to see that the control signals are also generated. So who is generating these control signals? The system will generate on its own. But what the system has to check that it should generate in a sequence. Generate anyhow, but that should be in a sequence. अगर C1 पहले है तो उसके बाद C2 ही आना चाहिए. It cannot have C5, C11, C12 directly. But who will be generating these control signals? The system itself. So let us see whether the control signals are generated here or not. So for first box, we have control signals C0 and C2. But what did I say? C0 के बाद C2 नहीं होना चाहिए. It should have C1. So check whether does it have a C1 anywhere inside the system or not. So it has C1 for this. Arithmetic shift, Q, A, Q and Q minus 1. So yes, so this what is the system doing? It is generating those control signals in sequence. So 0 है, 0 के बाद 1 generate हुआ है, 1 के बाद 2 भी हुआ है, 3 भी हुआ है, 4 भी हुआ है, 5, 6, 7, 8 भी हुआ है, 9 and 10 भी हुआ है. So yes, it is correct. It has generated in a sequence. But I do not know which operation was executed. So let the operation control signals go anywhere, but the sequence should be maintained. So for this particular box, the control signals used are C0 and C2. For this operation, control signal is C3. For this operation, the control signal is C1 and C4. For these two operations, the control signals are C5, 6, 7 and 8. For this operation, the control signal is 9. And for this operation, the control signal is 10. So this means what? I have designed this algorithm perfectly by using state table transition hardwired control unit. Why? Because I have status signals also, I have control signals also for each and every operation that is performed. All the control signals are also in sequence. Is this understood to you? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, girls.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Since the control signals are to be activated in a proper sequence, there is a specific time delay between activation of two consecutive control signals. अगर C0 के बाद C1 generate हुआ है, so what will happen between these two signals? There will be certain time delay for both the generation. Okay. Thus, the sequence of delay elements can be used to generate a control signals. To synchronize, a delay element are made up of D flip-flop and controlled by a common clock signal. Now, as of now, you might have understood what is flip-flop. Is it covered in your digital?
No, not yet, ma'am.
Okay. So what is a flip-flop? A flip-flop is a 1-bit memory cell. Okay, it is used to store a 1 bit of information. There are many types of flip-flop that you will study. JK flip-flop, SR flip-flop, T toggle flip-flop, and D delay flip-flop. So what did I say? Between the generation of the C0 and C1, there is some delay. So what delay कौन generate करेगा? It will be generated by this delay flip-flop. Okay, so D type flip-flop is a delay flip-flop. तो दोनों control signals के बीच में जो थोड़ा time delay है, वो किसने generate किया है? It will be generated by this delay flip-flop. Okay. Now there are certain rules which has to be used to derive the control circuit from a flowchart. Okay, ये जो flowchart है ना, ये जो any flowchart, let it be any operation का any flowchart, division, non-restoring, restoring, multiplication, addition, subtraction, any operation. All the operations has, if there is a flowchart for that, it has to follow some rules. Okay, so there are 3 rules. Let us see the first rule. Each sequence of 2 successive micro operation requires a delay element. So that we are aware of. कि 2 कंट्रोल सिग्नल अगर जनरेट हो रहे हैं तो उनके बीच में एक डिले होना चाहिए, और वो डिले कौन करके दे रहा है? अ डी टाइप फ्लिप फ्लॉप. व्हाई डी टाइप फ्लिप फ्लॉप? बिकॉज द फंक्शन ऑफ डी टाइप फ्लिप फ्लॉप इज अ डिले फ्लिप फ्लॉप which will generate a delay. See, when I give one input, whenever the output is generated or whenever any control signal is generated, it has to give a delay before that control signal is generated as a output. So when I give C0, तो जब तक C1 जनरेट नहीं होता तो C0 और C1 के बीच में there has to be a delay. Okay, and this rule has to be followed for each and every operation. So when I shift from C1 to C2, again there will be a delay. C2 to C3 delay, C3 to C4 delay, C4 to C5 delay, C5 to C6 delay. This will continue up till how much ever numbers control signals I have. And how will I put that delay? Through this delay element or a D type flip-flop. That is what is rule 1. What does a rule 2 tell me? The signals for same control lines are logically odd to get one common output signal. For example, if I have 2 inputs, एक operation को 2 input है, so how am I going to do the input of that both? I will be ORing those input. Whenever the OR is done for those 2 input, then only I can generate that control line. So if a signals for same control lines, if there is a signal with the same control line, अगर एक control line ने 2 signals generate किए हैं, so how are those 2 signals converted into one signal? By using a logical OR. Okay, so if I have 2 inputs or 2 control lines and if I want to make it only one control line out of it, what will I do? वो दोनों का OR करूंगी और OR करके जो भी एक control line generate होगा, that I will be using further. Okay, that is what is rule 2. What is rule 3? If at all there is an implementation or a decision box like this, how is that decision box implemented? They will be implemented by using a 2 NAND gate. Okay, so do I have a decision box over here? Yes. So जब भी ये execute होगा, how will it be executed? It will be executed by using a AND operation. So if I have a decision box like this, it will be implemented by using a 2 AND gate. All these 3 rules will be common if at all I have any operation. Okay, to generate a control line, first rule is give a delay. If there are 2 control lines and if you want to make it them as one, see to it that you perform a logical OR. And third is that if you have a decision box, how will you take a decision box or how will you implement a decision box? You will implement it by using a 2 AND gates. Okay, are these 3 rules clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if we see, we have one more similar kind of flowchart. Again, we have all the signals, status signals generated, and we have all the control signals generated. When I prepare a state table, what will I write? S0 begin, S1 A is equal to 0, Q is equal to 0, count is equal to N, B is equal to in bus, control signal C2, C0, C2. Third entry in the table is S2, Q is equal to in bus, control signal C3. Fourth entry Q0, Q1, either 0, 0 or 0, 1, 0, 0 or 1, 0. For first status S5, sorry, S3, A is equal to A minus B, control signal C5, C6, C7, C8. This is how your state table will be prepared. 3 columns, first state number, second name of the operation, third column control signal number. Okay, clear up to here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, so you do not have this sequence counter and PLA in your syllabus. Huh? It is only state table and delay element. So if it is delay element, what is going to happen? You have such kind of delay between the two input signals. Okay, so your hardwired part is completed. For every hardwired control unit, a status and a control signals are generated. You implement it either in the form of a state table or you implement it in a delay element method. Sequence counter and PLA method is not there in your syllabus. Okay, is that clear up to here? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let us start with the next part, that is microprogrammed control unit. Now what is microprogram control unit? We have seen one implementation which is hardwired. Second implementation which we'll be seeing is the microprogram. What is microprogram? It is implemented using a programming approach. That means what will be used over here is we'll be using some programming concept. We won't use any hardware like flip-flops or control signals or something like that. Simply programming will be used. Therefore, it is called as microprogram control unit. Micro operations are carried out by executing programs consisting of micro instructions. What will those programs have? Whichever program I execute, all those programs will have a smaller micro instruction. Okay, so if I have a program of 100 lines, 100 individual instructions are called as micro instruction. They are stored in a control memory of a control unit. ये सब instructions किधर store होंगे control unit में? Inside a memory of a control unit called as control memory. Okay. That means a control unit has a small memory which is used only for storing these instructions, and that memory is called as control memory. How we have RAM and this hard disk for storage, cache memory as for the storage. Similarly, control unit के अंदर we have a small memory called as control memory for storing the instruction. Execution of micro instructions is responsible for generating the control signals. तो ये जो micro instructions जब भी execute होंगे, they will also generate some kind of control signals. Okay, so if I have an instruction move A comma B, so for this instruction a control signal will be generated. If I have an instruction add A comma B, again a signal will be generated for a instruction move add A comma B. So if you have thousands of such instructions, 1000 control signals will be generated for that particular instructions. Okay, what are the advantage of using this microprogram? The advantage is that it is much more flexible as compared to hardwired control unit. Now, why it is considered to be flexible? Because understanding the hardware, purchasing the hardware, understanding the implementation of the hardware is much more difficult as compared to coding. Many a times for many of us, coding is much more simpler than understanding of the hardware and implementing those hardware. Therefore, this microprogram is considered to be as more flexible as compared to your hardwired control unit. What is the disadvantage? It becomes little slow and it will be more costly as compared to your hardware. Okay, hardware में क्या होगा? एक बार hardware खरीद लिया, you just have to start the working by maintaining such tables and all. That is much faster. Maintaining of tables is just writing the tables, which is easy. But why your microprogram becomes slow? Because you are performing a coding, and through that coding you are generating the signals. Whereas here, what was happening? You are simply naming the signals, and those signals are also generated automatically by the computer. You just have to maintain a record S1, C0, C2 for your operation. whereas here you have to code for everything. कि अगर ये operation perform करना है, तो अगर ये signal generate होता है, तो when I do the coding, I should see to it for this signal I write the name of this control signal only. So I have to do this all things in a form of a coding. Therefore, it becomes much slow, and your cost also keeps on increasing. So that is a disadvantage of using a microprogram control unit. Okay. Now, there is one type of microprogram implementation called as Wilkie's control. How we have state table and delay element for hardwired, we have Wilkie's program for our microprogram control unit. I'll just share that. 1 minute. This book is shared with you all also on the drive. Open the 3rd chapter so that you can see the contents properly at your end also. I have shared the Google Drive link for this, where you upload your answers of the test. In that you have this book also. Open that book so that you also see the pages clearly. So what were we doing? Can you see my screen properly with these numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what were we doing? Microprogram control unit. What was there in that? We have to make use of the programs for generating these control signals and all. So since it is a control unit, so it will be generating the control signals. Now what is happening? Micro instructions are used. What are those micro instructions? For whichever instruction is executed, for every instruction you will be having an appropriate control signal that has to be generated. Okay. Now what is happening? See, a micro instruction can cause a execution. I'm reading page number 366, sorry. A micro instruction can cause execution of one or more micro operation, and a sequence of micro instructions can cause the execution of an instruction. What does this line mean is that let it be any instruction, we first convert that instruction into a micro instruction, and then we start the execution of that micro instruction. So when I execute that instruction, can you see the memory address on the left hand side and address field on the right hand side? Can you see that diagram 3.35a microprogram?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On the left hand side, we have a memory address, and on the right hand side, we have an address field. So when I execute a micro instruction with a memory address 0000, that is the first instruction when I execute, which is at the memory address 0000, can you see C1, C2, C5, C7 and C8 are 1. Rest C0, C3, C6 and C10 are 0. So for whichever control number the input is 1, those signals are generated for that particular instruction. Who is generating this? It is generated by the system itself. So when I execute an instruction at location C0, memory location 0000, which are the signals that are generated? Signal generated are 1, signal generated number 2, C5, C7 and C8. Yes or no? After that, can you see the address field? It is also telling me which is the next instruction you have to execute. So which is the next instruction? Instruction at a memory address 0001. So what will I do? I will go to the memory address 0001 and the signal number 0, signal number 3, signal number 4, signal number 5, signal number 8 and signal number 10 will be activated for the instruction which is at the memory address 0001. After this has happened, where I am supposed to go? I have to go to the address field 0010. When I go to 0010, which are the control signals that are activated? Number 0, number 1, number 5, number 6 and number 9. After I finish this, where am I supposed to go? I have to go to address 0011. So I'll go to 0011 and this is how it keeps on continuing. Have you understood this part?
Yes.
Okay, so what am I trying to say is that whenever I select a control design of a control unit as micro program, what is that micro program going to do? First of all, it will take the entire program, divide that program into micro instruction. For every micro instruction, it will tell me which is the memory address where that instruction is. After that, it will generate the appropriate control signals. After the control signals are generated, it is also going to tell me that which is the next instruction where I have to go and execute. And how is this going to be told? It will be told by the address field. So if you see in the diagram, Wilkie's control over here, your instructions are divided into two components. One is the control field and another is the address field. What is that control field? The control field is nothing but the control signals which are generated for that particular instruction. And address field is what? It is nothing but telling user or a system that which is the next address where you have to go and execute the instruction. Okay, so address fields are named as A1, A0, A1, A2, A3 and so on, and control signals are generated as C0, C1, C2, C3 and so on. Okay, now come to the next page, 367 on the right hand side. Okay, what is this? This is your diagram for the Wilkie's control. Okay, this was in general talking about micro program, that your micro program will have memory address, control field and address field. So since your Wilkie is a part of a micro program, so this will also have a memory address, it will also have a control field and it will also have an address field. So can you see the address field on the three on the right hand left on the right hand page? Can you see the address field at the bottom? Yes or no?
Yes.
Can you see next?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, we don't.
Yes,
We can't see the document in the.
Wait.
You haven't shared with us.
I have already shared, but I think you are not able to get that link. I will do that again. See, now can you see where is the address field and where is the control field? Figure 3.35C. Can you see that figure 3. उसके ऊपर control field दिखा?
Yes, ma'am.
उसके बाजू में control
Yes,
field
ma'am.
है,
Yes, ma'am.
उसके बाजू में address field है. Okay. Now can you see IR? On the left of the page, can you see IR, instruction register?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you see starting address generator right top to it?
Yes.
उसके
Yes, ma'am.
आगे the arrow goes to CMAR, control memory address register. उसके बाद आता है 3:8 decoder. Then you will see control fields, then you can see control bit and then you can see address field. Okay. Now what does this diagram tells us? First is the IR, instruction register. What will instruction register do? All the instructions which are currently fetched are stored inside the instruction register. तो जो भी instructions है, move A, add A, subtract, multiplication, whatever instruction I have in my program, all these instructions will be fetched and where they will be stored inside the instruction register. Okay. After that, one of the instruction will be executed, considering the first one assume that for whichever is the first one, that will be started executing. But if I want to execute that first instruction, what do I want is I should have a memory address, because what does a micro program tells you that you should have a memory address, you should have control field, and you should have an address field. If you have all these three, you can start the execution. So this starting address generator will do what? It will generate the address for the first instruction. Once that address for the first instruction, for example 0000 address है, अगर ये उसने generate कर दिया for the first instruction, where will that address go? That address will go to this control memory address register. When it goes to the control memory address register, who will go? The memory address of the first instruction. क्या है memory address? 0000. जो left page पे first address है ना, we are taking that address only. Okay, so it will take first address 0000. Who will generate that address? This starting address generator. किसको देगा? It will give this to control memory address register. Control memory address register किसको देगा? 3:8 decoder को. What is the meaning of 3:8? 3 input, 8 output. Can you see 3 inputs written on each and every line? 000, 001, 010, 011, 100, 101, 110, and 111. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what are those? Those are nothing but the inputs
Yes.
on. What are those inputs? They are nothing but the binary representation of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct? What is that 8? 8 is nothing but 8 lines. Can you count 8 lines? 0 ka 1, 1 ka 1, second, third, fourth, like this you have 8 lines. Okay. So 3 inputs, 8 lines as output. So this memory address will go into 3:8 decoder. Since the address is 0000, 4 times 0. पहला memory address क्या है? 0000. So which line will be activated out of all 8? The first line. Why? Because उसका memory address और उसका input 000 are matching. Yes or no? Have you understood this up till here? Yes or no? Everybody? Okay. So since my memory address
Yes, ma'am.
was 0000, out of these 8 lines, which line is to be activated? The line which matches with the memory address 0000. कौन सा address match हो रहा है? First वाला 000. Now can you see the control fields as C0, C1, C2, C3, C4 and C5? Yes. Every line is connected to every of those 8 lines of decoder. सारी 8 line की जो decoder है वो control lines को connect हो रही है. But can you see जो star cross mark है वो कुछ line को ही marked है. अभी for example for 000 it is marked to C0, marked with C2, marked with C4 and C5. Yes or no? I repeat again. For the address 0000, control signals used are C0, C2, C4 and C5. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. So what does that mean? For the memory address 0000, which control signals are activated? Control signal number 0, control signal number 2, control signal number 4 and control signal number 5. Okay. Which is the address field? Address field is marked with some number for the first line. Okay. Now what is this checked? This is checked, the address field generation is checked with the help of the control bit. That means this is done by the system. Control bit or address field कौन generate कर रहा है? It is generated by the system itself. It is not generated by the user. What will user do? Only give the instruction to the instruction register. Address is starting address is will calculated automatically. Your 3:8 lines are also activated automatically. Control signals are also generated automatically. So what am I trying to say over here is, for the micro instruction which is at the location 0000, for that particular instruction, control line number 0, 2, 4, 5 are activated. Okay. Which is the next instruction which I am supposed to execute? The next instruction is 001. So what will starting address generator generate? It will generate a memory address as 0001. Where will that 0001 will go? It will go to the control memory. From control memory, it will go to 3:8 decoder. Decoder क्या देखेगा? Memory address 001 है, तो कौन सा line activate करना है? 001 वाला. So when I activate 001, which control signals are generated? Control signal number 1 and control signal number 3. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
yes. So now when I generate a memory address 0, not 0. Let us assume that I have generated a memory address as 101. Which signal decoder will activate? Decoder will activate the signal number 101. Which are the control lines for that? The control signals are C2, C3 and C4. Am I correct? I repeat, for memory address 101, decoder will activate the line 101 and the signals activated for it are 2, 3 and 4. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So have you
ma'am.
understood how is this Wilkie control unit going to work? Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So for memory address 0, line number 0, respective control signals. Memory address 1, decoder line number 1, respective control signals. Memory address 2, decoder line number 2, respective control signals. Memory address 3, decoder line number 3, respective control signals. Similarly will be followed for memory address 4, 5, 6 and 7. Is this understood? How does your Wilkie's control signal work? Yes or no? Okay, so what was happening in your hardwire? I was going with respect to the flow chart and I was maintaining a table. But what will happen if it is micro program? I will be using a concept of Wilkie's control unit, which will tell me which is a memory address, what are the control signals, and which is the next address to be generated. Are you clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Everybody,
ma'am.
girls? Girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with this, we have completed with the third lesson, CPU architecture. You do not have sequence control and PLA method in hardwired. You have only state table and delay element, and then directly micro program. Just check your syllabus. Have I missed anything? I do not think I have missed anything. Still, you check for the third lesson. Give your attendance. Are you all checking the syllabus? Faizan,
Present, ma'am.
Hamza. Hamza. Absent. Muzammil.
Present, ma'am.
Tahir.
Present, ma'am.
Viraj.
Present, ma'am.
Om.
Present, ma'am.
Yash.
Present, ma'am.
Samarth.
Present, ma'am.
Devang. Deva.
Present, ma'am.
Soham.
Present, ma'am.
Jonathan.
Present, ma'am.
Sakshi.
Present, ma'am.
Om. Mrudul.
Present, ma'am.
Ashna.
Present, ma'am.
Dhruv.
Present, ma'am.
Sanika.
Present, ma'am.
Mayuri.
Present, ma'am.
Pritesh.
Present, ma'am.
Hiteshi. Aditya.
Present, ma'am.
Prayag.
Present, ma'am.
Moez. Akash,
Present, ma'am.
Sonia,
Present, ma'am.
Dishank,
Present, ma'am.
Aksh,
Present, ma'am.
Sahil, Nidhi, Pratham, present. Shlok, Devang, Drashti,
Present, ma'am.
Parth, Pooja, Krishnam,
Present, ma'am.
Nirmal, Pruthu,
Present, ma'am.
Harsh,
Present, ma'am.
Prisha, Kenneth,
Present, ma'am.
Vignesh, Vignesh,
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Vignesh present,
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Prisha present, Jay,
Present.
Nishit there, Parth,
Present, ma'am.
Varshil there, Shakira,
Present, ma'am.
Taha, Disha,
Present, ma'am.
Arjun, Prithvi,
Present, ma'am.
Keval,
Present, ma'am.
Sushant,
Present, ma'am.
Dhruv, Kush,
Present, ma'am.
Kush, Rudra, Gayatri,
Present, ma'am.
Gargi, Kavya, Nishant, Yash,
Present, ma'am.
Nishant present, Prem,
Present, ma'am.
Sharad, Shrey,
Present, ma'am.
Tanmay, Naman. Okay. So your second lecture will not be there. And then from Monday, timetable will be lectures will be as per the timetable. Okay. Next week, one of the day I will be taking test on chapter 3. I will tell you that in advance. Not on Monday. Monday will start with 4th lesson. Maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday we'll have test on 3rd lesson. Okay. Two different tests. Two tests will be there on 3rd lesson, half of part. Clear? See you all on Monday now. Same timing. If there is any timing change, I will let you know on the group.